Hi, I'm David Penn with Finovate. Thank you for joining our 25 and 5 rapid fire interview series here at FinovateSpring. Joining us today is Matt Cooley. He is CEO and co-founder of Signal Intent. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So before we begin with our 25 and 5, maybe you could tell us just a little bit about yourself and about Signal Intent.
Sure. So I'm Matt Covey, CEO and co-founder of Signal Intent. I come from a marketing background. I spent about 10 years in SEO and marketing technology. I spent a bit of time in fintech. And we launched Signal Intent about 2 years ago with the mission of redefining the financial calculator. What we realized was that the financial calculator is one of the most valuable pieces of technology that financial institutions have, but it's been almost forgotten about for the last 20 years. So we're really redefining the role that it plays in the digital customer journey. And we're helping our customers in three ways. We're really helping them win new customers. We're helping them capture better customer data. We're helping them move faster with new technology.
Very, very interesting. And folks are going to get the opportunity to learn a lot more about Signal Intent here at FinovateSpring. They've got the live demo, of course, the recorded demo that they can check out, as well as the Q&A sessions we're going to be having after each demo, which to give folks an opportunity to have some conversations and maybe ask deeper questions about the work that you do with Signal Intent. So very much looking forward to all of that. Are you ready to get started?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Starting with first meal of the day, or favorite meal of the day, rather. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
I'm definitely a dinner person.
Dinner.
Love
Okay.
dinner.
Your favorite season of the year?
Summer.
Summer, I hear you. Your favorite sport or recreational activity for watching or participating?
Definitely would be golf. I love to play, love to watch, big golfer.
Oh, interesting. I don't play, but I'll admit I like to watch. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I like to watch the Masters.
Good for napping.
Exactly. What's your favorite vacation spot or getaway?
Love Italy.
Mm.
Love wine. I love the food, the culture. It's definitely one of my favorite places to get away.
Wow, that's a good one. It's time to relax. Are you more likely to read a book or listen to music?
I am actually a big podcast guy. I love podcasts and audiobooks.
Oh, okay. Speaking of technology, do you own a smartwatch?
I do, and I never wear it.
How about this? Do you use a robo-advisor for your investments?
I do. Actually, in a previous life, I worked at a fintech as head of growth, so I'm pretty embedded in the space. Yep.
Oh, interesting. What's your favorite mode of public transportation?
I would probably have to go to plane because I'm not a
Okay.
big train guy or bus guy, so definitely the plane.
Oh, the friendly skies. Do you own more in digital assets like Bitcoin or more in physical assets like gold and silver?
Absolutely Bitcoin.
Oh, all righty. Let's see. Without naming any names, what does your current bank do right?
Yeah, I would say, providing a great digital experience, a seamless digital experience across all the touch points and all the different platforms, so that it actually just works. Everything just works as intended. I think that's something that in my bank specifically I've seen, and it's really made the experience of banking with them delightful.
Oh, that's good to hear. Let's take a look at the other side of that coin. Without naming names, what could your bank do better?
I would say definitely personalization, more flexibility in the product, more adapted to who I am as a person and where I am financially. And then I would also add to that, no more wet signatures. I'm a big fan of DocuSign. We don't print a lot, so if we could do away with wet signatures, I'd be very happy.
Oh, there's a good one. Let's see. Who is the most inspirational person to you in technology right now?
I would have to say Naval Ravikant. He's one of the founders of AngelList, and he's since sort of gone on to run a podcast, and he's just a very inspirational person. And I think his perspective is really interesting about the world and technology, and just something I would highly recommend everybody listen to.
Okay, interesting. What would you say is the best city for technology startups that nobody knows about?
Well, I'm a New Yorker, so everyone knows about New York, but I do think the remote trend is here to stay. We're a remote business, and I think that trend will apply to startups just as much as individuals. So I think my answer would have to be just the remote world. I think it's changing everything.
Makes a lot of sense. Let's see. What is your most unpopular or most controversial technology opinion?
This one I actually had a tough time with, but if I had to think about it, Let's skip this one. Honestly, I couldn't even think of anything. So
All right. How about this one? It's also
maybe
maybe a
we'll
little
come back
tricky.
to it. But
Okay. What would you be doing for a living if you weren't involved in your current job?
I would say something in music or sports.
Hmm.
I love music growing up. Everything from playing to composition. So that was a big passion of mine. And then obviously golf is now a passion of mine as well. So something in sports or music, I would say is probably where I'd land.
Okay, very interesting. Let's take a look at signal intent a little closer. What problem does your company solve, and who do you solve it for?
Sure. So we work with exclusively in financial services. We work with banks, credit unions, mortgage lenders, and other financial institutions. We're redefining the financial calculator. So as I mentioned, digital transformation's taken over, and really the financial calculator, we call it the land that time forgot. It really hasn't been updated. The technology is very old, and so what we're doing is we're rethinking the role that it can play in the digital customer journey. And really the problems that we're solving for our customers is leveraging them to win more customers as data capture tools to capture better customer data and to move faster with more flexible, more hands-on technology.
Hmm. Speaking of technology, what would you say is the most unique aspect of signal intense technology?
I would say the one of the bigger differentiators for us is the way we're capturing data and then the applications of that data. So one of the things we always say is that calculators are actually one of your best surveying tools because
Hmm.
your customers they come use the calculators and they're giving you a glimpse into what their financial situation is or what they're
Yeah.
looking for. So one of our really unique areas is that we're actually capturing that data and we're harnessing it to bring it back to our customers to enable things like personalization, to build it into their core, or integrate it with other data systems.
Mhm.
So that's something that really hasn't been done in this space yet. And I think that's one way that we're really pushing the envelope of what these tools can do for our clients.
Yeah, really, really interesting point about how that data can be used. What would you say is the most important thing about building a strong team?
Sure, I would say, for me, it's problem solving. Everyone,
Mm,
I love working with a team of folks that like complex problems and are able to solve complex problems. I think the other is trust and communication.
yeah,
So over communicate, make sure everyone's on the same page. I think the more conversations get siloed, it tends to cause rifts and
mhm,
just interrupt the quality of work. And then lastly, I think as a company that's really rooted in data, I think data needs to be embedded in your DNA. That's
mm,
one thing that I'm very passionate about. I think everything we do should be measured and should be quantified. And I think the more that that can be sort of in the DNA of the team, I think the more success we'll have.
yeah, very interesting. Your biggest takeaway from 2020 in a professional sense?
Sure. Yeah, I think 2020 really highlighted that when banks and credit unions have to, they can
Mhm,
move really fast and transform quickly. And I think one of the things that I saw was that under pressure and given the circumstances, they were able to go through more digital transformation last year than maybe the last 5 years before that. So really, the biggest takeaway for me from a professional sense was that if given the circumstances, you can do that. And I think hopefully that continues and we continue to see that speed of transformation and investing in innovation and technology after for years to come.
mhm. Excellent, excellent. Just a few more. Let's talk about your personal life. What are you looking forward to most in terms of your personal plans this year in 2021?
Sure. I mean, I think like everyone looking forward to, a sense of normalcy, hopefully soon, and spending some quality time with friends and family. And I'm, obviously as a founder of a business, I'm ecstatic about where we're headed and super excited about what the future holds. So um, had to mix work in there, but it's definitely a
Mhm.
big part of my life. So excited to see where we get to this year.
Yeah, sure, sure. And then last but not least, what is your favorite part about being a part of Finovate Spring this year?
Sure. I mean, I think that the demo process and the experience of doing the demo was really valuable. Working with the team, getting some great tips and advice, and then obviously the connections you make along the way, I think are invaluable over time. So hopefully I'll be here for years to come. It was a great experience.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, that's our 25 and 5. Thank you for playing along. I hope you enjoyed it just a little bit.
All right. Thank you so much. Take
All
care.
righty. Thank you, and thank you for joining us. And again, be sure to catch Signal Intent here at FinovateSpring. Check out their demo, check out the demo Q&A afterwards. Ask them a few questions, get to learn all of the interesting things they're doing about and revolutionizing an area that's often overlooked, but very, very much a part of fintech. Thanks again for joining us.
All right, thank you. Take care.